This video is about Gilgamesh battles until friend falls. If this myth excites you, please like the video, share it with friends, and write in the comments how it pulled you into the adventure. # Gilgamesh battles until friend falls. In the ancient city of Uruk, where the sun kissed the sturdy walls and the Euphrates whispered secrets to the wind, there lived a king unlike any other. Gilgamesh, 2/3 divine and 1/3 mortal, commanded both awe and fear. His eyes burned with a fire that sparked ambition, but his heart bore the weight of an insatiable thirst for glory. The people of Uruk worshipped him and trembled before him, for he was a force of nature, a warrior whose prowess was unmatched. Yet, within the heart of such greatness lurked the ghost of loneliness. Gilgamesh longed for a friend, a companion who could stand shoulder to shoulder with him against the tides of fate. His reign, though powerful, felt hollow, echoing the silent lament of a king longing for kinship. It was on a restless night, beneath a tapestry of swelling stars, that he called upon the wild skies for a warrior worthy of his brotherhood. The gods above watched with keen interest, their eyes gleaming like jewels in the dark. Enkidu, a creature forged from the very soil of the wilderness, was summoned from the heart of the cedar forest. Born of earth and spirit, Enkidu was wild and untamed, a man of raw strength and fierce loyalty, destined to meet Gilgamesh in a clash that would alter the course of history. Their paths crossed at the sacred grove, where Gilgamesh, proud and defiant, challenged the wild man. "Who dares stand against me?" he bellowed, his voice echoing through the trees. Enkidu, with hair like matted vines, stepped forth unyielding. "I am no mere man. I am the beast of the wild. I am your equal, and I shall not back down." The combat was fierce, a tempest of fists and fury. Gilgamesh unleashed his divine strength, but Enkidu, with the agility of a gazelle, matched him blow for blow. The earth trembled beneath their feet, and the heavens held their breath as the clash of titans resonated through the ages. Yet, in the heat of battle, something profound unfolded, a bond forged in the fires of conflict. Each blow echoed not only pain, but a deepening respect. The hearts beat as one, and fate intertwined their destinies. When the dust settled and exhaustion enveloped them, they collapsed, side by side, panting under the canopy of stars. "You have strength, wild man," Gilgamesh admitted, his voice softened. "But do you possess a heart to match?" Enkidu, gazing at the night sky, replied, "Strength without honor is a hollow victory. Together, we can conquer more than we ever could apart." Thus began their legendary companionship. They ventured beyond Uruk, their laughter echoing through valleys, their camaraderie igniting a fire in the hearts of the people. They hunted ferocious beasts, faced storms that tore at their skins, and shared tales of their past under the flickering flames of campfires. But the gods, ever watchful, grew envious of the bond blossoming between the two heroes. Ishtar, goddess of love and war, coveted Gilgamesh's strength yet detested his disregard for her affections. In her wrath, she summoned a creature of unimaginable terror, the bull of heaven, a beast capable of laying waste to entire cities. As the celestial beast stormed down from the heavens, the earth shook in fear. Gilgamesh, sensing the impending doom, turned to Enkidu. "This creature seeks only to destroy. We must confront it together, for the fate of Uruk hangs in the balance." Enkidu nodded, his spirit ignited with purpose. "Let us show the gods our strength, united as one. We will not falter." The two heroes charged, hearts pounding like war drums, determination fueling their every step. The moment they laid eyes on the bull of heaven, its horns gleaming like obsidian, they knew the battle would be unlike any they had faced before. The beast charged, resounding with the fury of a tempest. Gilgamesh met it head-on, his sword gleaming like starlight. He plunged it into the creature's flank, but the bull bellowed in rage, sending shockwaves through the ground. Enkidu leaped, his primal instincts guiding him as he flanked the beast, clawing at its hide with ferocity. Together, they fought in a dance of death, each blow echoing with the promise of triumph and the threat of ruin. The bull retaliated, swinging its mighty horns, but Gilgamesh ducked, his reflexes sharp as lightning, while Enkidu struck with savage precision, finding the beast's weakness. With a final, desperate thrust, Gilgamesh drove his sword deep into the bull's heart, and the creature fell with a great thud, shaking the foundations of Uruk. The city roared in celebration, the people hailing their heroes, but beneath the surface, fate twisted like a serpent. In the aftermath of the battle, the gods were furious at the defiance shown by the two mortals. Ishtar, vengeful and spiteful, cursed Enkidu, whispering dark words that pierced the air like daggers. "You shall pay for your insolence, wild man." The curse manifested as a plague, sapping Enkidu's strength and vitality. Days turned into weeks, and the once untamed warrior found himself weaker with every sunrise. Gilgamesh, unyielding in his determination to save his friend, sought out the wisest of sages, seeking guidance amidst the chaos of despair. He ventured into the depths of the cedar forest, where the spirits of ancient woods lingered. There, he found Utnapishtim, the immortal sage, and pleaded, "Tell me how I can save my friend. He is the only one who understands me, the only one who bears my burdens." Utnapishtim, eyes heavy with the weight of eternity, replied, "The answer lies not in the quest for immortality, but in the acceptance of fate. Sometimes, sacrifice must be made for the greater good. Only then will you find peace." Gilgamesh's heart sank. The words echoed in his mind, resonating with the truth he feared to confront. He returned to Enkidu's side, finding his friend frail, the vibrant light in his eyes dimming. "You must fight, Enkidu," he urged, desperation lacing his voice. "I have fought all my life, Gilgamesh," Enkidu murmured, his voice barely a whisper. "But this battle is not for me. It is for you." The weight of those words hung heavy in the air, a reminder of the sacrifice looming on the horizon. As dusk descended upon Uruk, a storm brewed in the hearts of the two warriors. They knew that destiny had woven a tragic tapestry, one that would test the very fabric of their bond. Gilgamesh, with a heart full of courage and sorrow, made a fateful decision. "I will seek the gods, confront them, and demand your life is spared." "Thou," Enkidu rasped, his spirit flickering like a dying flame. "You must not confront the gods. Our choices are our own. I seek not immortality, but the honor of our friendship." Tears streamed down Gilgamesh's face, the weight of impending loss pressing upon him like a heavy shroud. "You are my brother, Enkidu. I cannot accept this fate, not without a fight." Their eyes locked, two souls intertwined in the crucible of fate. The night grew darker, stars dimming as if mourning the inevitable. As the dawn approached, Enkidu's breaths became labored, each one a reminder of the fleeting time left. "Promise me, Gilgamesh," he whispered, trembling as he grasped his friend's hand, "that you will live on, carry our legacy, honor our bond, and never forget the strength we forged together." With a heavy heart, Gilgamesh nodded, knowing that the greatest battle was not with gods or monsters, but within the depths of their souls. The sun began to rise, casting a golden light that glinted against Enkidu's fading form. In that moment, Gilgamesh realized that destiny was not merely a path to tread, but a choice to cherish the bonds forged in the fires of conflict. As the first rays kissed Enkidu's brow, he smiled faintly, his spirit finally free from the shackles of mortality. And in that moment of sacrifice, Gilgamesh understood the true meaning of honor, the strength to carry his friend's legacy forward, even as a piece of him shattered into the winds of fate. And thus, the tale of Gilgamesh and Enkidu began to echo across the ages, a story of friendship, sacrifice, and the unyielding power of destiny. The gods watched silently, knowing the game was far from over, but the echoes of the brothers' bond would resonate throughout eternity, a testament to the enduring human spirit in a face of sorrow. With the dawn breaking over Uruk, a new adventure awaited, one steeped in the shadows of loss and the light of perseverance. The saga of Gilgamesh would continue, for within every ending lies a new beginning, and the world was yet to witness the depths of his journey. # Gilgamesh battles until friend falls, Part 2. The sun rose over Uruk, casting long shadows from the great ziggurat onto the streets below, where the scent of incense mingled with the cries of the morning market. Yet, amidst the vibrant life of the city, a profound emptiness settled in Gilgamesh's heart. The weight of Enkidu's sacrifice pressed upon him, a relentless reminder that glory often marched hand in hand with grief. In the days that followed, the king wandered the city, his soul adrift in an ocean of despair. The laughter that once echoed in the halls of his palace now felt like distant laughter from a dream long lost. The whispers of the gods, ever watchful, wove through the air, their malevolence palpable. Ishtar, furious and vengeful, plotted in the shadows. "Let him grieve," she hissed to her fellow deities. "Let him feel the sting of loss, only then shall his heart know true desire. He will not understand the essence of love until he has faced the void left by his friend's death." The gods nodded, their faces darkened by the weight of her words. They plotted to orchestrate yet another challenge, this time a test of Gilgamesh's resolve. They would send a beast more fearsome than the bull of heaven, a creature forged from the nightmares of the cosmos. Meanwhile, Gilgamesh turned inward, seeking solace in the stories of old, recounting the deeds of heroes who had traversed the realms of the gods. He yearned for guidance, a sign from Enkidu that would light his path forward. The nights were the hardest, haunted by dreams of his friend, their laughter merging with the howling winds of despair. One evening, as the stars flickered like lost souls above, Gilgamesh retired to the temple of the moon goddess, Ninsun, seeking her wisdom. He lit a sacred fire, reciting ancient prayers that echoed through the marble halls. The flickering flame danced like the spirits of lost heroes, and in that sacred space he sensed a presence. Gilgamesh, a voice floated on the air, soft yet firm. Ninsen appeared before him, her ethereal beauty radiating warmth. Your grief is palpable, and the gods conspire against you. They are testing your spirit, but there is strength within you yet. He looked up, his heart heavy. Ninsen, how can I rise when the weight of sorrow drags me down? My brother is gone, and I am but a shell of the king I once was. The bond you share transcends life and death, she replied, her eyes shimmering like the moonlight on water. You must honor his memory by confronting the darkness that seeks to engulf you. Only through trials will you find the strength to forge ahead. Touched by her words, Gilgamesh felt a flicker of hope ignite within him. He rose, determination coursing through his veins. Then I shall face whatever emerges from the abyss, for Enkidu's spirit shall guide me. Ninsen smiled, pride shimmering in her gaze. Seek the forest of shadows, where the keeper of night dwells. He will present you with the challenge that awaits. Trust in your heart, and remember, you carry Enkidu within you. With renewed resolve, Gilgamesh set forth towards the forest of shadows, a realm said to be alive with the memories of all who had entered. The path twisted like the fates themselves, and as he ventured deeper, the world around him darkened. The trees loomed like ancient sentinels, their twisted branches sheltering secrets and fears. Suddenly, a growl echoed through the thicket, chilling him to the marrow. The ground trembled as shadows coalesced into a monstrous beast, its eyes glowing like embers in the night. The Keeper of Night had come to test Gilgamesh. Foolish king, you seek to confront destiny, yet do you understand the burdens it bears? The creature's voice rumbled like thunder, resonating through the very roots of the forest. I seek not only to confront it, but to overcome, Gilgamesh shouted, gripping his sword tightly. His heart raced, fueled by memories of Enkidu's unwavering spirit. I will not cower in the face of despair. With a roar that split the silence, the keeper lunged, fangs bared and claws glinting like daggers. Gilgamesh sidestepped, feeling the rush of air as the beast narrowly missed him. He countered with a swift strike, steel clashing against sinewy flesh. But the creature was relentless, its form shifting like smoke, and each blow seemed to dissolve into the ether. You are strong, the keeper hissed, but strength alone does not define a hero. What is your purpose without your friend to share it? Gilgamesh faltered, the words cutting deeper than any blade. My purpose is to honor him, to carry forth our legacy, he cried, a surge of resolve igniting within him. With each clash, memories of Enkidu flooded his mind with their shared laughter, the warmth of brotherhood, the dreams forged in the fires of battle. Each recollection became a wellspring of strength, fueling Gilgamesh's every move. He danced around the beast, a storm of defiance, refusing to let the shadows consume him. As the keeper lunged again, Gilgamesh found his footing, the weight of his sword transformed into a beacon of hope. You may be forged of darkness, but I am the light that will break your chains. With a final thrust, he pierced the beast's heart, a luminous energy bursting forth as it fell, dissipating into the night. Panting, Gilgamesh stood tall, heart racing, a mixture of triumph and sorrow washing over him. Let it be known, he declared to the stars, that the bond we forged is unbreakable, a flame that shall never be extinguished. With the keeper vanquished, the shadows within the forest began to recede. A spirit emerged from the depths, shimmering with ethereal light. It was Enkidu, his form woven from starlight and memories, a guardian of honor and friendship. Gilgamesh, his voice echoed like a gentle breeze, you have faced the darkness and emerged victorious. Your heart is strong, and your spirit remains unyielding. Carry my spirit with you, and honor our bond in every battle henceforth. The tears flowed freely as Gilgamesh knelt, overwhelmed by the presence of his brother. I promise, Enkidu, I will honor you in all that I do, for our journey is far from over. The spirit smiled, fading into the twilight, leaving behind a luminous glow that enveloped Gilgamesh, filling him with the warmth of their shared memories. With renewed purpose, he turned towards Uruk, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. As he returned, however, the gods sowed the seeds of discord. Ishtar, furious at Gilgamesh's renewed strength, summoned her minions, dark winds swirling around the city, bringing forth a malevolent storm that threatened to engulf Uruk. Let him taste despair, let him witness the ruin of his beloved city, she seethed. Gilgamesh, sensing the impending doom, rallied the citizens of Uruk. We shall not falter, we stand together, united against the darkness. His voice boomed, resonating with the strength of Enkidu's spirit within him. As the storm descended, a cacophony of thunder and lightning shattered the sky, the forces of darkness colliding with the courage of Uruk. Monsters, birthed from the nightmares of the gods, surged forth, threatening to tear the city apart. With his sword raised high, Gilgamesh charged into the fray, a whirlwind of fury and valor. The citizens, inspired by his courage, took up arms, fighting alongside their king. The clash of steel rang through the air, symphony of defiance against the forces of chaos. Gilgamesh fought valiantly, embodying the spirit of Enkidu, his every stroke fueled by the memories of their brotherhood. Yet the tide of darkness surged as Ishtar's minions swarmed like locusts, relentless in their assault. In the heat of battle, Gilgamesh found himself face to face with a creature of darkness, a behemoth with eyes like voids reflecting the chaos of the storm. It roared, a sound that seemed to shake the very foundations of Uruk. Your defiance is futile, King. Your bond with your friend has only brought you closer to ruin. It snarled, lunging forward. Your words are empty. I fight not just for myself, but for every life in the city. Gilgamesh replied, his spirit igniting with determination. With a fierce roar, he met the beast head-on, their clash resounding through the storm. With each blow, he felt Enkidu's spirit beside him, guiding his strikes, empowering him to push through the darkness. In a moment of clarity, he recalled the lessons of friendship, sacrifice, and honor. With a final, mighty thrust, he plunged his sword deep into the heart of the beast, a brilliant light illuminating the storm. As the creature fell, darkness began to recede, the storm dissipating like a fading nightmare. Gilgamesh stood tall, bloody yet unbroken, as the citizens erupted into cheers, the sound echoing through. Hash Gilgamesh battles until friend falls. Part 3. The echoes of victory rang through Uruk, yet the shadows of the storm loomed larger than ever. The gods, dismayed by their defeat, plotted revenge upon their wayward king, their eyes glistening with malice. Ishtar, filled with rage and disdain, spoke to her divine council in a voice that crackled like thunder. Gilgamesh has defied us once more, she spat, her fingers curling like the claws of a predator. He believes he can conquer fate and the darkness we unleash. We shall show him the true meaning of despair. In the celestial realm, the other gods nodded in agreement, their faces forged from stone, indifferent to the plight of mortals. Enlil, the god of wind, leaned forward. We will create a trial that will test not only his strength but his very spirit. Let him learn that the bonds of friendship can be as much a curse as they are a blessing. Meanwhile, amidst the cheers of the people, Gilgamesh stood atop the ziggurat, the rising sun casting a golden glow upon him. Yet even in this triumphant moment, a shiver of unease crawled down his spine. He could feel the divine gaze upon him, heavy and foreboding. King, the voice called from the throne below. It was his trusted advisor, the wise priestess, Ninsen. She ascended the steps, her robe flowing like moonlight. You must prepare, for the gods are not finished with you yet. They are angry, and their wrath knows no bound. Gilgamesh's heart sank. What more could they take from me? He questioned, the weight of Enkidu's absence gnawing at his insides. I have faced death and darkness, yet here I stand. What more can they demand? You must stay vigilant, Ninsen replied, her eyes sharp and knowing. A storm brews, one that will test not only your strength but the very essence of your soul. As she spoke, the skies darkened with ominous clouds, swirling like a tempest unleashed from the depths of the underworld. Lightning painted stark white lines across the horizon, a herald of the trials to come. Gilgamesh clenched his fists, determination burning bright in his chest. Let them come. I shall face whatever they conjure. For Enkidu, for Uruk, I will not falter. The following day, as the sun dipped low in the sky, an unnatural silence descended over the city. The people sensed the change, their laughter silenced, replaced by palpable tension that wrapped around the heart of Uruk. Suddenly, the ground trembled, a rumble that reverberated through the streets. Gilgamesh stood tall, sword at his side, watching as shadows unfurled and coalesced into a gargantuan figure, a monstrous beast crafted from nightmares. Its skin glimmered with a dark sheen, and its eyes burned like twin suns, filled with malice. Behold, the creature roared, its voice a cacophony that echoed off the walls. I am the harbinger of despair, sent by the gods to test the strength of your spirit. For too long, you have flaunted your defiance. Now, witness the consequence of your choices. With a roar that split the heavens, the beast lunged, its claws slicing through the air like blades. Gilgamesh dodged, feeling the rush of wind as the creature narrowly missed him. He countered, slashing with precision at the beast's sinewy limbs, but his blade met only an impenetrable hide. Your strength is but a fleeting spark, the harbinger taunted, swatting Gilgamesh aside as if he were a mere insect. You will learn that your bond with your fallen friend can only bring you suffering. Gilgamesh hit the ground hard, the breath knocked from his lungs. Pain shot through his body, but as he lay there, he felt the whisper of Enkidu's spirit urging him to rise. Remember our bond, brother, echoed the voice in his mind. Fight with all that you are. The warrior scrambled to his feet, fury igniting in his heart. "You may try to shake my resolve, but I will not yield," he shouted, locking eyes with the beast. He charged forward, embodying the spirit of his fallen friend, pulling strength from the very essence of their brotherhood. The harbinger roared in challenge, meeting Gilgamesh's fierce gaze with its own empty stare. As they clashed, the ground shook beneath them, the air thick with the scent of chaos. Each blow exchanged sent shockwaves through the atmosphere, reverberating like a battle hymn among the citizens of Uruk. Amidst the ferocity of that conflict, Gilgamesh felt something strange, a flicker of doubt at the edge of his consciousness. "What if you fail? What if you lose everything?" the harbinger whispered, dark and seductive. "I have lost everything." Gilgamesh roared back, his voice blending with the thunder rumbling in the sky. "But I have also gained the strength of our bond, and that will guide me through the darkness." With renewed vigor, he launched himself at the beast, weaving between its claws and delivering a series of strikes to its underbelly. The creature howled in rage, staggering back just as Gilgamesh seized an opportunity. He leaped, driving his sword deep into the heart of the harbinger. For a moment, silence enveloped the battlefield. Then, with a deafening roar, the beast collapsed, a cacophony of shadows exploding outward like a burst of dark fireworks. The air shimmered as the beast evaporated, leaving behind only a lingering darkness that coiled around Gilgamesh. But the battle was far from over. From the depths of the darkness, the voice of Isha echoed, her fury tangible. "You think you have triumphed, King? You have merely faced a shadow of what is to come. Your heart cannot withstand the weight of your choices." The ground beneath Gilgamesh trembled once more, and the sky darkened further, as if the heavens themselves were mourning the loss of hope. He felt a wave of dread wash over him, but within that fear he remembered Enkidu's unwavering spirit, a beacon in the shadows. "I will not be swayed," he shouted defiantly into the heavens. "You cannot extinguish the light of our friendship. Our bond is eternal, and I shall carry it with me, even through the darkest trials." He grasped his sword tightly, its blade gleaming with the energy of their shared memories. With a bellow that filled the very marrow of his bones, he charged forward, ready for whatever darkness the gods had yet to unleash. As if answering his call, the sky split open, and a torrential rain began to pour, mingling with flashes of lightning that painted the landscape in stark relief. Emerging from the deluge was a creature of colossal proportions, an amalgamation of serpents, each head writhing and adorned with venomous fangs. "Face me, Gilgamesh," it hissed, its voice is a haunting symphony of chaos. "I am the serpent of regret, and I will feed upon the memories of your fallen brother. You will know despair beyond despair." Gilgamesh felt a chill slither through him, the weight of the serpentess was creeping into his mind. Images of Enkidu's laughter, their shared struggles, their dreams of glory flashed before his eyes, twisting into painful reminders of his loss. "No," he shouted, shaking his head to rid himself of the visions. "You will not take his memory from me. Enkidu lives on in my heart, and I will honor him with every breath, with every strike." With a fierce cry, he surged forward, slashing at the serpentess coils, each blow fueled by the memories that made him whole. The creature writhed and recoiled, its head snapping at him with fierce ferocity, but Gilgamesh fought with a resolve born from the depths of grief and love. As the battle raged on, Gilgamesh felt the tide shift. He remembered the laughter, the camaraderie, the strength that had surged between them. They had faced insurmountable odds together, and now he would carry that spirit into this fight. "Enkidu," he roared, "I fight for you, I fight for the legacy of our brotherhood." With every strike, he felt the bond strengthen, the power of their friendship surging through him like a tidal wave. The serpent twisted and writhed, but Gilgamesh held firm, refusing to let despair consume him. In a final, desperate thrust, he plunged his sword deep into the heart of the serpent of regret, a brilliant light igniting from the wound. The creature howled in anguish, thrashing violently before evaporating into a haze of darkness. For a moment the storm calmed, leaving silence in its wake. Gilgamesh, bloodied and weary, stood amidst the ruins of the battlefield. People of Uruk watched in awe, their hearts swelling with pride and hope. But in the heart of the darkness, Ishtar's voice echoed once more, cold and unyielding. "You have fought valiantly, but the gods do not forget. Your trials are far from over, King. What you have faced is but." Hash Gilgamesh battles until friend falls, Part 4. The air hung heavy with the scent of rain and blood as the tempest of battle subsided, leaving Gilgamesh standing amidst the ruins of the battlefield. The skies, once dark and brooding, turned a soft grey, as though mourning the chaos wrought upon the land. But in the heart of this calm, Ishtar, the goddess of love and war, raged in a hidden world, her fury twisting like a tempest in the heavens. "Foolish king," Ishtar spat, her voice crackling with venomous fury. You believe you've triumphed, but you are merely a pawn in my game. Your heart is fragile, and I shall break it into 1,000 pieces. The clouds darkened again, swirling ominously as celestial winds howled in response to her wrath. Gilgamesh felt the menace of her presence, a shiver creeping down his spine. He had fought against the Harbinger and the Serpent of Regret, yet he knew the gods would not rest until they had broken him. Let them come, he muttered under his breath, determination igniting within him once again. For every battle I face, I carry the spirit of Enkidu with me. I will not falter. With his sword firmly gripped in his hand, Gilgamesh turned back to the remnants of Uruk. The people emerged from their hiding places, awe and admiration etched on their faces. They sought their king, their protector, and he felt a rush of responsibility swell within him. Gilgamesh, they shouted, their voices rising like a hymn of hope. You have faced the darkness and triumphed. Lead us against the gods who would see us fall. Their eyes shimmered with faith, and in that moment he drew strength from the bond he had once shared with Enkidu. Together we shall stand, he declared, raising his sword high. Together we shall defy the heavens. The people erupted in cheers, the sound reverberating through the streets of Uruk, igniting a fire in their hearts. But as the last echoes of their victory faded, the sky grew dark once more, and from the depths of nothingness emerged a figure cloaked in shadows. It was a towering entity, its form shifting like smoke, eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. The very essence of despair radiated from it, filling the air with choking sorrow. I am the weaver of fate, it intoned, its voice a chorus of whispers that curled around Gilgamesh like a shroud. I come not to ask, but to demand. The gods have decreed your punishment. You will face the trials of the heart, where love and loyalty shall be your undoing. Gilgamesh's heart raced as the creature's words sank in. What more can you take from me? I have already lost my brother, my friend, and my heart is broken. Your pain is but the beginning, the weaver hissed, shadows enveloping it like a cloak. You will confront the darkness within yourself, for no warrior is without scars. I will show you visions of your past, twists of fate that will test your very soul. With a flick of its ethereal hand, the weaver conjured a swirling vortex of light and shadow, drawing Gilgamesh into its depths. He felt a rush of wind. One moment he was standing in Uruk, and the next he found himself in a realm that stretched beyond time. Ethereal landscapes shifted before him, memories surfacing like phantoms from the abyss. First, he saw the joyful laughter of children playing in the warm sun of Uruk, their innocence a stark contrast to the grim reality that now loomed. Then, the vision morphed into one of Enkidu, standing proud, his wild hair blowing in the wind, as alight with mischief. Gilgamesh, the image called, but the voice was tinged with sorrow, echoing through the void. What have you become? Do not allow your grief to consume you. You are more than the pain you carry. Enkidu, Gilgamesh shouted, reaching out, but the vision dissipated, replaced by haunting images of battles lost, friends he had failed, comrades who had fallen in the pursuit of glory. Each memory weighed heavily upon him, each face a dagger in his heart. Feel the weight of your choices, Gilgamesh, the weaver whispered, its voice a cold whisper. These are the fates you have woven through your own actions. With every flicker of light, Gilgamesh relived his victories and defeats, the faces of those who had trusted him haunting his steps. He saw the faces of lovers torn apart by war, children who wept for absent fathers, and the screams of the fallen echoing in his ears. The burden felt unbearable, like a tide threatening to drown him. No, I will not be broken, he screamed, summoning the strength of his spirit. I am Gilgamesh, I am a king, I will face my past, but I will not let it define me. With a roar that split the very fabric of the realm, he pushed against the shadows. The vortex of memories began to unravel, flames igniting in his heart as he recalled Enkidu's unyielding spirit. We forged our bond in the fires of battle. I carry your strength, my brother, I will honor you. As the tempest of emotions surged through him, the realm began to shift. The shadows retreated, revealing a radiant light that enveloped him. He felt the warmth of his brother's spirit guiding him, a beacon of hope illuminating the darkness. You are not alone, Gilgamesh, Enkidu's voice echoed, resonating in the depths of his soul. Your heart is your greatest weapon, and the love we shared will guide you through the trials ahead. The weaver recoiled, its form flickering. You think you can escape. The gods shall not allow it. Your fate is sealed, and it shall be your undoing. But Gilgamesh stood firm, his sword shimmering with newfound light. I will not be your pawn. Together with the strength of those I have lost, I shall carve my own path. With a final surge of energy, he charged towards the weaver, the light of his heart illuminating the darkness that surrounded him. Their clash resonated like thunder, a cacophony that echoed through realms untold. Shadows splintered beneath the weight of his resolve, and the weaver faltered, its power waning in the face of his determination. I am the king of Uruk. I am the embodiment of the love and honor I carry. I defy you, and I defy the gods. His words rang like a battle cry, unyielding and fierce. The weaver shrieked, disintegrating into a cascade of shadows, darkness fading into light as the realm transformed around him. The memories that had once haunted him now glimmered with warmth, a tapestry woven from the threads of love and loss, hope and honor. Gilgamesh found himself once more in the heart of Uruk, the sun breaking through the clouds, illuminating the streets with a golden hue. The people cheered, their voices rising like a tide, their faith in their king unwavering. Gilgamesh, you have faced the darkness and returned. Lead us, for we are with you. They cried, their voices a resonant chorus that filled him with a sense of purpose. Yet, as he stood there, bathed in the light of victory, a distant rumble echoed across the horizon. The sky darkened once more as the gods, infuriated by his defiance, prepared to unleash their final trial. Stand ready, my people, Gilgamesh shouted, raising his sword high. The gods may test us, but together we will rise, we will not falter. As the winds howled and the skies split, Isha emerged from the clouds, fury crackling like lightning in her eyes. You have succeeded thus far, but now you shall face my wrath directly. I challenge you to a duel, Gilgamesh, your heart against my fury. The tension in the air thickened, the very atmosphere charged with anticipation. Gilgamesh felt the weight of the moment. He had fought the darkness, confronted his past, and emerged stronger. But now, he would face the goddess herself. Come forth, Ishtar, he bellowed, determination blazing in his eyes. I will not back down. I bear the strength of my fallen brother, the love of my people, and the will to protect what is dear to me. With an unyielding roar, he charged forth, sword raised high, ready to confront the embodiment of divine wrath. The battle that lay ahead would test not only his strength, but the very essence of his heart. As the first clash of their powers erupted, the air crackled with energy, echoing through the realms, signaling that the fate of Uruk and perhaps even the world hung in a balance. The duel of gods and men was about to unfold, and Gilgamesh would fight not just for himself, but for all those who believed in the bonds forged through love, sacrifice, and honor. And in that moment of defiance, he felt the spirit of Enkidu beside him, guiding his hand, fueling his heart, whispering the truth of their bond, that love, even in the face of despair, could